Welcome to the Work-Life Balance Podcast. I am Kara.
And I am Maggie.
Together, we're a power real estate team with the Bajetti Partners in Nashville.
We believe that the hustle culture of today's driven entrepreneur who lives and works in Middle Tennessee requires balance. Insurance should never be a hurdle when purchasing a home. It's one of the most important purchases of your life and should be handled with proper care.
Whether that be your first home purchase or the next addition to your portfolio, reach out to the Sally Insurance Agency with Shelter Insurance for a free consultation so you're confident that you are protected when it matters the most.
Call Shay and Sally at 865-671-6451.
Hey guys, we're back. It's Kara and Maggie with Work-Life Balance. Hey girl.
It's
been a minute since we've had a little Maggie and Kara time, so we thought we'd jump on here and give you life updates and work updates and
Just chat. Yeah. Everybody likes the personal stuff, it seems like. So
how you doing, sister?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm good. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be a full moon today, so I mean, I think that means something.
Are you acting crazy today?
I hope
Feeling
not.
a little wacky?
I don't know. I feel good.
Yeah?
It's a Tuesday. I mean,
That's
that's
good.
not my favorite day of the week.
No, me either. So Kara has some very exciting news, and I will let her go ahead and tell you what it is.
Well, maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't. We've kind of kept it in a little hush-hush,
Yeah.
but we have branched off and we have opened Bajetti Partners, a boutique real estate company. Wait, that's not what it's called. Boutique. What is it called?
Kara opens a brokerage but doesn't know the name.
Bajetti Partners, a boutique real estate brokerage.
Yay!
So yes, we're located in Berry Farms. We're super excited about it. So yeah, it's a new adventure for Maggie and I, and we've already brought on some agents and growing already, and just excited to what the future holds for us. So
Yeah. If you're looking somewhere to hold your license, call us.
yep.
We'd love to
But
have
you
it.
have to have some crazy standards.
Yeah. You have to be better than everybody else.
Yes.
Just
We want the
kidding,
best in
but-
the business.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Quality, not quantity, right?
That's right.
But we say that as a joke, but really.
But really, we want entrepreneurial, like-minded, good stuff. So we're
good
excited, and everything's kind of moving along, and just, I mean, we've only been open like 2 weeks.
I feel like we kind of did this on a spur of a moment kind of thing, though. It wasn't any, like, we've always had this in your mind, obviously, because you had yours in California and stuff.
Yeah.
So you've already been through it. You know what it's like.
Yeah. I think yes, it's been on the vision board since last year. And my husband's been putting the pressure on a little bit, like, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
And I just felt like it was a time would show up when the time was supposed to.
Yeah.
And randomly enough, it just did that
It
day.
did.
So
It was so funny. I will kind of tell the little story,
Yeah.
but Kara and I were just talking, and she's like, yeah, John's been telling me, like, I just need to go ahead and do it, and we are getting busy enough where we can, and we kind of added up, like, okay, how much are we spending at the other place versus how much we would be spending here, and it just made sense, and Kara and I were just talking about it, and I was like, well, hold on, let's just look and see what spaces are out there. And we get on and look, and the space that we're at right now in this video just came up that day. It was the same day kind of thing. And Kara was like, well, I'll just drive by. And then you were like, wait, I love it.
I do. I do
Yeah.
love it. I
love
felt
it.
like, and I didn't go look around, which is super not like me.
No.
I usually like to what about this location? Well, although we had talked about downtown Franklin a lot, I'm kind of glad that that's not where we landed. Berry Farms is such a unique, cute community that,
It is.
there's a lot of walking traffic and, restaurants and fun little homes and stuff. So
Room to grow.
and room to grow. And then with all this, we inherited an office mate.
We did. Kendrick, the office mate.
The office mate. So we share an office with a lawyer, and so we have you covered all the way around, which is awesome. And he's a good guy, and this is a wonderful law firm that we've connected with. So we're just excited. And
we are.
like another side note, on our vision board, seriously though, I have
What
to
are you
say
about
it.
to say?
We had
nervous.
Well,
Like,
I don't know
oh,
if we wrote it on the
shit.
vision board, but we had talked about in our business plan hooking up with the divorce attorney.
Yeah, we've been saying that since day one.
We've been saying that, and that's not the easiest thing to do. Like, hey, can we be your preferred agent? Blah blah blah. Well, this all ended up being with the #1 divorce attorney in Williamson County.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
I feel like the stars aligned and we're just where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I feel good.
And it just feels like home in here.
Comfortable.
Like you can come in here, be, like you said, comfortable, cozy, not feel pressure, like still be able to get away. And it's like right in the middle of you and I.
Yeah.
So
Which
the
is
location
nice.
was perfect.
Which is it's convenient for you, for sure, because you travel farther than I do.
Oh, yeah.
But what,
But
30
it's not
minutes?
far. Yeah. I mean, it took me 29 minutes to get here today, which
Easy.
is super easy. You just hop on 840 and you're here.
Right.
So.
And we got our podcast station set up in here, and it feels good to have like our space.
We got out of Kara's house.
We got out of my house. We got away from the dogs and the laundry
and the cat
and the children
and the children with
And the
Honey
house
running
cleaner.
around and the house cleaner. Yeah, Maylene.
Maylene, I love you if you're watching, but you drive me crazy.
Hey, she did a good job. Hey, if you need a recommendation for a house cleaner, Maylene is the shit. She's got you covered. She did a really good job over there at my brother's place.
That's right. You hired her for the property.
Yeah.
She does a good job. I
does.
just like to mess with her because she loves to.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, no, we're in the middle of a conversation. We're trying to work a deal. And she's like, but why can't you put a loan on my house? Why can't you? We're like, girl,
Oh my
you can't
gosh.
finance it.
I know. And Maylene is the perfect example of all buyers, okay? All buyers. She's like, yeah, so when are we going to start looking for me a house? Like, this is what I want, going through the whole thing. And we're like, well, have you talked to a lender yet? And she's like, well, no. And we're like, well, we can't help you.
I mean, I even took her doc, scanned them, and sent them to the lender, and she still didn't follow up with the lender.
No, she's the best, though. She's so funny.
So, yeah, typical
Love
buyer.
her.
But yeah, so this is where we're at. We just wanted to kind of like give an update on that. So it was kind of a spur of the moment, yet totally planned because I'm a planner. But loved Bradford. They did great for us. Hope to do business with them in the future. But there's goals in your life, and a goal for me is my own brokerage. And so it's not like we left on any bad terms or anything. It's just personal choice. And I feel very confident with my choice.
I want to grow. I feel like
Yeah.
you're very entrepreneurial just by your nature. And I feel like I am too. And it's like, we don't want to grow somebody else's business. So we want to grow our own.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's funny you say that. So I was at the bank, like getting the brokerage bank account set up. And she's been our banker since we moved here. So I have a relationship with her. And that was the question she asked me. Why would you start your own and not go to like a Parks or a Remax? And
Somewhere with a name.
Yeah. And what do you think I told her?
Why would I grow somebody else's business and not my own?
Well, and because when you go to a listing appointment or you're with a buyer, are you really selling the Remax name or are you selling Maggie's name?
You're selling your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Joe Schmo can do whatever they want. You don't need, I think that's such a false
it is.
narrative that you need this big company that to back your business when at the end of the day, they're not there when you go on those appointments.
Yeah.
You are solely responsible for how you control that situation. And
Absolutely.
if you're there to kick ass and take names, you're going to do it. Remax is not going to help you get that deal.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to, which I don't want to say their name on here, but people that we just closed with, and I was telling them like, oh, you're the first person with our new like brokerage name on your gift. And they were like, oh, this is so awesome. They're like, they said kind of the same thing. Like everybody thinks that they have to go to a Keller Williams or a Parks or a Cry-like. And they're like, we kind of respect that you're got your own thing going. Like you don't want that huge name behind you.
I love that.
I get it. And I think it's different because I have you. I think if I didn't have you, I probably would have wanted to go with something like that just to have the name and the reputability. But
that's the same reason I joined them 2 years ago, coming to Tennessee, not knowing anybody. Yeah. Could I have went and opened Bajetti Partners at that time? 100%, but no one knows me.
Yeah.
So I use Bradford's name as this is Kara Bajetti with Bradford Real Estate. It's almost like a comfort. Although they're a small company and I wouldn't say super well known.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, but I think it just gave me the background, or not really the background, but like the notability of another company.
Right.
Not just Kara Bajetti with Bajetti Partners. I don't even know the town.
Yeah.
Don't even know the streets. Super green.
It's fair. And I feel like in that setting too, you get everybody else. Like if you would have just come here straight from California and done your own thing, you wouldn't have had other people to play off of, like Bradford, which maybe Lindsay helped you with that, just because she was there. She was able to tell you good things about it and stuff. So
she's definitely recruited me there.
Yeah.
And I think like Micah, she's a new agent here as well, and we were just talking yesterday, she wanted to just hear your conversation on the phone. And I think there's such an importance of being in the office and being exposed to different listings and different buyers' needs, and working as a partnership. And that's really what the goal behind Bajetti Partners is we are going to be a family atmosphere. Like, we're here to back each other. Like, if you've got a buyer, Maggie's going to go door knock and she's going to try to get the listing for it. Yeah. Because why wouldn't she? She's done it before. She'll do it again. The ultimate goal is to double inside the brokerage. I mean, that would be the best scenario.
Yeah, we were just talking about that yesterday. Like,
exactly.
Just throwing stuff around, and even just little stuff of like seeing how other people work. I mean, because Micah was able to see like our CRM and how we set everything up so that she can kind of copy it. And there's nothing wrong with copying somebody else that's doing good, in my opinion. No. Everybody hates on being a copycat. If it works, it works.
Well, don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Coming from you and I.
I know, my God. Here we are.
We make our own will.
Really, though. That's too funny. Okay, so you always harp on me for asking hard questions.
Oh,
what is the hardest and best thing about opening your own brokerage so far?
Well, it's so fresh.
Yeah. Just like in the beginning stages, what's been the hardest thing and the easiest thing?
I think probably learning the background of what it looks like to open a brokerage. There's a lot of admin stuff, and I knew what it looked like in California because our laws are differently placed or whatever, but that's probably been it's taken me a little bit of time just to get my ducks in a row, but I'm very confident that it's going to be done properly, like getting the independent contractor form from the attorney, not trying to bullshit my way through it. I want it done properly and my steps are in place, because I have a feeling if we grow quickly, which I already kind of see that's going to probably happen, I want to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
You never want to grow too fast and not have your stuff set up. So I would say that's probably been the most challenging. I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's just the most challenging part.
I don't want to cut you off on that, but I actually did talk to somebody yesterday that's renting out my brother's condo from him, and he's a divorce attorney, and they started out in North Carolina. Now they're moving to Nashville, but they had that same problem. He was telling me about it on the phone. He was like, we just grew way too fast, took on way more than we could, bit off way more than we could chew. And he's like, now we're kicking ourselves in the ass because we didn't have the systems and structure in place that we needed. And now they're having to go to each individual office and put all of these systems in place and restructure, and all of these people that they taught how to do it one way, they're now having to go in and be like, okay, no, you have to forget all of that. This is how you really do it.
See,
so, just an example of how it can kick you in the ass if you do it.
And I think the goal is, everybody says, oh, I want to grow, and that's that's the goal. And it's like, well, if you do it too fast and you don't have your processes and structure, like you're saying, in place, now you're going to take 2 steps back, and then it's like, no.
Anyway, continue.
So, that's a good point, though.
Sidebar.
The best part is that we already have an escrow in our brokerage, like day one.
Yeah.
Seriously, day one. So that's pretty badass. That just shows you it's the power of the people, not the brokerage name. And so,
shout out to Bradford for letting us take it. It was so funny. The brokerage went active on March 1st, and we went under contract on February 28th. So it was the day before. I was like, well, should we hold off? Not submit the paperwork so we can have it at the new one? And then you just talk to them, and they were like, no, just take it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. So that's exciting. It's exciting to already close one this month on the brokerage. And
I got to get some more.
Yeah. We're on. Yeah. Buyers, get off the fence.
Yes. Come on.
That's something we should actually talk about. The market's shifted. You and I have not really felt it. We are starting to feel it a little bit right now. The interest rates took that little hike, So I think that's scaring our buyers a little bit, maybe. And there's the urgency is maybe not so much there. So in fact, that's what we're going to talk about today is how to get them off the fence and make them,
Right.
feel more confident. But I don't know. February was amazing for us, and that's all the people coming out of the holidays. So that's a pretty good sign of what the year is going to look like, in my opinion.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's real estate. It's
up
a
and down
freaking
all
roller
the time.
coaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I was going to say on that, I think buyers are starting to do a lot more planning. Like some of the leads and people that we've had come to us recently are like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this in June, so I'm wanting to get ready now, or want to do this in August or July, I want to get ready now. And it's like, okay, yeah, we want escrows. Like, we want to sell a house like this month, like right this day. But I think it's a lot smarter on their part for doing it early and doing the research and everything that they need to do now. It's like, yeah, it sucks, but it'll come around.
Yeah.
And it's good for them doing the planning that they need to do to be able
It's like the
to do it correctly.
Yeah. It's like you get both sides of the spectrum. We have the buyers that, okay, go meet with the lender. Oh, we'll get to a lender after we find the house we want. Or the ones we were working with right now, their lease isn't up in their apartment till August. So they're like, we're learning and structuring and educating and getting our lender. And so, yes, that's probably a better route. And then you stack them up.
It's a lot more first-time buyers, I think.
Yeah. And then you're looking at your calendar, you're like, oh, now we've got these people are already set up coming for the future.
Right.
So that's a good thing, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you got to keep them in front of you, though, because, like, agents are a dime a dozen. Y'all know that. We've talked about it before. So stay in front of them. Send them stuff every week. Like, don't let them forget about you.
Didn't that lender that came by a couple days ago, what was that stat? It was a stat that you wanted him to share with me, wasn't it? That a lot of them fell off already?
Yeah, it was lenders, not realtors. But yeah, we had a lender come by the other day, and he was talking to us about, I don't want to give out numbers because I don't remember exactly what he said, and I don't want to tell you wrong. There is a huge amount of lenders that had their license last year and didn't renew it this year.
It was a massive amount.
Yeah, it was like, I want to say like 3,200 or something like that, which is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And what do you think the reasoning behind that is?
It's not easy
It's
out
not
here.
as easy. It's a
not
freaking
easy.
hustle. Well, that's funny because, okay, well, speaking of hustle.
Yeah, let's speak of hustle.
So we were trying to figure out what we wanted our mantra to be on the wall when you walk into the office. And we just wanted it to say, like, hustle, period. Because it's freaking a hustle. And we've talked to you guys about this multiple times. This is not for the weak. Of heart. No. Nope. If you got thin skin, get out of the game. You ain't going to last. Like, this is tough shit out here. So, anyhow, that was a side note. But.
Yeah, and taxes are coming around, so be prepared for that. And just another thing that they're out there. So don't be a realtor and get yourself in a situation where you're not prepared for taxes, because that would really suck. I did, thank God. Thank God I had you and my dad to tell me, hey, you need to save money for taxes. Hey, you need to save money for taxes. You need to save money for taxes. Because that shit's hit me like a train wreck.
Oh,
I just
God, I haven't even
got mine in order yesterday. Haven't paid it yet, but I'm like, oh my God.
You're a step ahead of me. I haven't even started.
Well, you have so much going on, though. So many moving parts. I feel like it would take you forever to do yours.
It does. I won't be doing mine till like August.
You file an extension?
We have to file an extension, yeah.
That's too
we
much.
Have too many moving parts.
Too many businesses and
way too much stuff going on.
Yeah,
too much. That's like a boring topic. I fucking hate taxes.
Speaking of that, though, we did end up going with Believe It, Achieve It on our wall.
Yes.
Yeah, we were going to go with something a little bit more harsh. But we were like, let's not scare people when they're walking in the door.
So we were hoping to have that up today so you could see it, but we'll do a Facebook Live. Our front sign should be coming up hopefully today.
Hopefully.
And then Believe It, Achieve It will be on the entrance for a nice little motivation for the agents that join us and for clients that come into the office, and just for us to stare at, because we truly are manifestors, and we feel if you believe it, you can achieve it. So we just thought that was super, I don't know, perfect for us.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of it being a grind and a hustle, though, what's something that you've been struggling with lately? Just either internally or just with your flips and whatever.
Oh, God, this
We're going to get psychological here today.
you'd think she has a psychology degree.
Well, we're chatting, you know.
What have I got
We're
going
having
on?
life updates.
We do have 2 big flips going on, and that's a lot of money out right now, so I have been a little bit
jittery.
Stressed about the finances.
Yeah.
Not stressed about the finances, but when you're carrying 2 big flips, and these are not like a little throw some paint.
No.
These are like
take it down to the studs and rebuild kind of thing.
Which is fine and it's fun and that's what we do. But it's a lot when I think we bit off the second one a little bit premature when the first one was still so fresh. But
it was just such a good opportunity.
It's a great opportunity, and it's going to be a killer deal. But we're actually wrapping up the Sugar Ridge one next month, so that'll be good.
I feel like that one's been going on forever.
That was a big project. We had a client.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're working like John's deals, you know, like being a general contractor. Well, he was general contractor, but she wants heated tile flooring, and she it's another level.
Yeah.
You know, so it takes time.
So with that one, it was basically a client that's moving here from California. They wanted you guys to buy it, flip it, and then sell it to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's a totally unique situation, not normal flip. Like Hillsboro is a flip. Like we bought it, we're taking it to the studs, we will fix it up, and we'll go back on the market. This one was a flip, but flipped to a client.
Yeah.
So it was a sweet deal because we already had a buyer, but then it changes the dynamics because you're doing her taste. And my biggest fear was, well, what happens if she doesn't buy it? Now I've got these heated tile floors, which is such an overkill for the home, you know, or these beautiful faucets that come out of the wall, you know, plumbing is all in the, it's very,
can't wait to see it.
It's very beautiful. But it's for her specific taste, down to the color scheme.
Yeah.
And if she ends up not buying it, then we are over improved on a property. So
that. And then what if somebody else that wants to buy it comes in and says, oh, I hate this?
Correct. So that was a risk.
Yeah. How'd you overcome that though? Just make it sign a contract and like, okay, I promise to buy this.
Well, and yes, I made her put up a huge non-refundable.
Okay.
Like $100,000 non-refundable. And I'm having her add another 20 to that. So she's pretty invested. But the other side of the story is she has a special needs child.
Okay.
And this property fits, like there's a couple outbuildings. There's even like a church on this property. It's beautiful. And so there's a safe room that she has for the child. There's the heated tile is for the child because of, you know, sensory stuff. So it's very specific and it's out in the country. So she needed that. So I don't think she's going anywhere. And I mean, who wants to walk away from that much cash? And so I think it's going to be okay.
I think it'll be okay.
It will be okay.
It will. Yeah. No, I think it will. It will for sure. But yeah, that is a huge risk. And I think that's something that a lot of people see real estate investors as like, oh my God, they make so much money, but they don't talk about how much of a risk that you guys are taking on. That's like $600,000, if not more. I'm just throwing out random numbers, but if not more, that you guys are just coming out of your pocket with no promise that you're going to get back.
100%.
Especially with something like that. That's such a special build. It's going to be hard to find somebody else that wants exactly what that is.
Correct. And that's why, I mean, yes, and that's a good point. It's not, investing in real estate is not just, oh, I've got a couple $100,000, I'm just going to go throw it in this and hope it sticks. Nobody wants to lose money.
No.
I mean, I don't even care if the richest person in the world, they're not going to want to lose money, right? So, yeah, you're taking on a risk and hope for a good reward. And we've had it flip on both sides of the coin. Majority, the good side. But yes, have we lost money in the past? Absolutely. But that goes back to what we always talk about. You need to fall a few times. And that's super important because then you're smarter with your choices you make. And, you know, I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
You don't want to fall too many times.
No.
Not when you got hundreds of thousands of dollars out there.
No. It's still on my vision board to do a flip this year, but not like a crazy flip. Like,
okay, we'll just find you a cute little smaller one that you just need to do lipstick on.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm trying to find.
That would be the ideal situation for your first one. You do not need to take it down with the studs.
No, like and I want to try to find a way to do it without taking out a loan from a bank or like a hard money loan.
Okay.
So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even know why I'm talking about this right now because it's a goal and we were talking about it. But I want to find like a private investor or something that I can just be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Have a business plan. Like maybe kind of what you did with your dad a long time ago. Be like, hey, I'll give you this return after it sells, blah, blah. And
have you finished the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad yet?
Yeah. I finished that a long time ago.
What did OPM stand for?
Other people's money.
There you go, sister.
I know you've quizzed me on this before. Last time you quizzed me on it, I was like, okay, I'm never going to get it wrong again.
But that's exactly what you're talking about. You're speaking like an investor. You're not going to go put your money into it.
No, and that's the thing too, is you were talking to me about this actually, and if you take something like a hard money loan, you have to be able to carry that loan for the duration of the flip. So if it's going to cost me $3,000 a month, well, I don't have disposable $3,000 a month that I can just be willing to let go of.
Sure.
Like maybe if I knew like, okay, I'm going to be on this exact timeline, like I could have the money set aside to be able to do that. But shit happens.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And if something goes wrong with the house and I end up having to put way more into it than I originally thought, or whatever the case may be, I don't want to be out that money.
Well, and if that was the scenario, you just have to take that. So let's just say it's a 6-month carrying at $3,000 a month. You're going to want to make sure you have that in the pot for when you resell. That's accounted for, so that you're getting paid back the carrying cost. So that's all part of when you're creating your structure on, okay, purchase price, rehab price, carrying cost price, blah, 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 bottom line. That's all factored in.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's a lot of money that you would be using. That is your money.
Yeah.
And you've got to make sure you're getting it back.
Which I think it would help too that I do have my real estate license. I can sell it myself. So I would save that money on the commission later.
Yep.
And just be able to cash out. But it's still really, really, really scary.
It's risky.
Yeah. And you're 23.
I was just going to say, even though y'all think she's older than me, I know. But she's more mature than I am.
No.
But no. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a goal. You're 23, baby. Like, I would love to see you do it this year. And I will 100% do one with you. If you want to do one together.
Would you go half?
Let me get rid of these two ones off my plate, and we'll find one together.
All right, let's do it.
I would do that with you.
I'd be down for that.
I would do that.
Because then we could go for like maybe a bigger one. Maybe not like something I would do on my very first one alone. Something that
I'm going to
maybe
make you cut your teeth on it.
Well, yeah. I would do the work if you would put up the money.
Oh, other people's money. She's using mine.
Here we go. Now I'm like playing reverse psychology on Kara. But no, because then we would actually have John to be able to do like some of the bigger stuff if needed without having to, pay.
All right, stay tuned. There might be a flip in the future.
Okay, yeah, we're getting way off base here, but there might, you never know.
Yeah.
It's a goal.
This is a goal. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So tell me, since you asked me the hard question.
But you didn't say the best thing.
Oh, what was the best thing?
What's been the easiest, like, best thing about doing it on your own? Like, the whole brokerage.
Oh, I thought, I just had said that. We brought one in already. You want something more than that?
Oh, no, that's fine if that's what your answer was. I just thought I had missed it.
Okay. The best thing is being independent. Because I'm a very independent person. Yeah, plus, I like... And I did have an office at Bradford when I started there, and that was fine. There's not a lot of activity there because there's only a handful of offices, right? I like that I can have my space here and I can separate home and work. For me is important because I have a lot going on at home with the kids and stuff. So that's makes me feel good. Like it feels good to get up and get out of your joggers, that I could just wear my lounge wear, like go to the office and feel, So, yeah, I think that's a positive.
Together. And we've had a lot of meetings here so far. Everybody's come through. It's been nice to
great, right?
have stuff going on.
So you answer those questions. I want to hear yours. Okay. Hardest and best.
Hardest this year is I feel like we had so much going on at first. Like the first 2 months we had so much going on. Now it's like calm. And I struggle with anxiety, so I'm like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do? Like, oh my God, we don't have more than like 2 escrows at a time. Like, what are we going to do? So I think that's been the hardest thing, is being like, okay, you need to chill out because I'm in a good position. It's not like I'm going broke tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just like the money coming in. And now it's slowing down a little bit. We still have one in escrow right now, so it's not like I'm going crazy or anything. But I just want to keep going.
Yeah.
And just get more and more and more and more.
Yeah. And what's the best?
There's been a lot of good things. I like what you said about being able to actually like go to the office without having to go to the Bradford office.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot of people there all the time, which is a good thing. Like if you're in the office, you're not out making money, you're not out showing property and stuff. But just having like our own space, having our podcast here, having just a spot to be able to come and do whatever, whenever.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. I feel like we've helped a lot of people this year already, and I really like that. I feel like we haven't really had any escrows that have had really anything like crazy go wrong. And I feel like everybody that we've helped this year has come out really happy and come out in a good position.
Yeah, I think so too.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, you've only been in the business, well, it's going to be a year almost in
It'll
May
be a
or
year
whatever.
in June.
And you've already had a repeat client. That's impressive.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, some people don't ever get a repeat client.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, that was a great experience. No, I'm not seeing you ever again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And I think
cool.
that one, she'll probably come back again.
Oh, for
I
sure.
bet she's going to start building her
We've already talked about
portfolio.
It was so funny. I talked to her as soon as the sale was over. It was like a week past. I put the listing up because I have a lot of friends in the place that she listed it.
Okay.
Or listed her rental property. And so she asked me if I would throw it on my Facebook.
Oh.
And so I did. And there was so many responses and people wanting to rent it. And she's like, I need like 5 more. She's like, I could have 5 more and have all of them rented out with just the people that inquired on this one.
That's amazing. Well, that just shows you the heat of the rental market. It's on fire.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. People just can't buy houses. So the rental market's increasing. And I bet she's probably charging more than she anticipated she was going to charge.
That's the thing, though. She started off at what she was like anticipating, but she could have gotten a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I bet. So she ended up staying true to what she priced it with?
She stayed true. Okay. I think it was a 2-1. I think she listed it for $1,100 or like $1,160, which is a good return. She bought it for, I'll just throw out numbers just for, knowledge sake. She bought it for $161,000 and she's getting $1,100 a month. But her loan amount was really low. I think it's like $800 a month. So she's cash flowing like $350 a month.
Yeah.
Just not having to do anything for a year.
Her first rental, that's great. I mean,
I told her she should have tried to get more for it. But that's just me being a money person.
Well, she's not factoring in taxes and insurance and vacancy and stuff, but that comes with time and with experience when she starts getting in the rental game. But yeah, I mean, if you can get $1,100 for a 2-1
in Tullahoma.
Yeah,
Tullahoma, the little rinky-dink town in the middle of nowhere, you can get that much. It's insane. My brother's getting $2,500 for his rental in Nashville, and it's a 2-bedroom townhome.
Really? That's how much he gets for that? Holy cow! For
travel nurses, it's on Furnish Finder. He just does 3-month leases.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
See, invest. You can make good money. I love the saying. Don't wait to buy real estate.
Yeah.
Buy real estate and wait. And
I like that.
I mean, as I was going through, like, for the wall, there were so many good ones. Like, you've never met a millionaire that doesn't own real estate. Like, everybody that really is into investing holds real estate. And it's one tangible thing that you can watch grow.
Yeah.
But your faces, you've got something going on.
I'm trying to think.
See her wheels are going.
I'm trying to think if I know any millionaires that don't own real estate. I think the answer is no. I don't think I know I'll just spit. Sorry. I don't think I know a single one.
No, because real estate is tangible.
Yeah.
You can watch it, appreciate, you can touch it, you can hold it, you can improve it, you can rent it, you can own it, you can hold it, whatever the hell you want to do. But you can burr it. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I mean, it's not like the stock market. That's not, you don't have any control over it.
So what would you say to people that have this notion in their head that prices are really, really high right now and they're not going to get a lot of appreciation value?
One, I don't think the prices are high right now. I mean, I definitely think the prices have leveled out 100%, and we've seen that. Now, talk to me last year. Yeah, the prices were out of control. But no, I think the prices are fantastic. The interest rates are up a bit, but they're going to go back down. I mean, we talked with our lender friend yesterday. They're going to go back down. He thinks they're going to land at the 5.5. That would be great.
That's a good point to be at.
That's fine. And again, it's like we talk about it all the time. Like, don't worry so much about that. Look at what the mortgage payment looks like. Can you afford it? And actually, probably the answer more than likely is going to be that your mortgage payment is going to look like your rent looks like right now. But you're actually going to be paying your own mortgage payment and not someone else's.
Very true.
So that's my 100% advice to anybody that's trying to get in the market and is scared or whatever. Like, hop off the fence, because really you're not getting anywhere by sitting there.
My mortgage is less than what it would be for rent.
Prime example.
And I got in it in November, and my interest rate's a 7.
That is, your interest rate is 7?
My interest rate's 7. For anybody that's wanting to buy right now, my interest rate is 7%. I bought it down for the first 2 years, so it helped a little bit. But to buy it down for 2 years only cost me $1,800. Well worth it. Well worth it.
So you're at a 5 right now. You'll end at a 7, or you started at
I started at a 7, so but bought it down for 2 years. Well, no, I'm not really at a 9. So I'm at 5 right now.
Okay.
And then it'll go up. But even at that 7 point, it's still cheaper than what rent would be, especially in 2 years, because in 2 years, those rent prices are going to go up. I know so many people that their rent has gone up $300 to $500 in the past year. And they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I'm locked in at that for forever.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a renter market. Mm-hmm. It is 100% a renter market. I was just watching something. I think Grant Cardone had something on and just saying, this going into the largest recession is because the country has turned into a renter's market. And those people get stuck in that situation because they can't afford to buy anymore.
Yeah.
They're just paying the freaking rent. And it's just, I hate that for people. I'd rather them just try to go. There's so many options. This USDA, USDA loan, if you make under $108,000 a year, you can qualify for maybe up to $400,000 or $500,000 home.
Yeah.
Like there are so many options for people that are afraid that they can't afford it. You just need to call and talk to lenders that are actually educated in the market.
For sure.
And not everybody is, not every lender is, but we have a great amount that we work with on a daily that has some amazing programs. And so I don't care if you work at McDonald's. Try to get qualified.
Yeah. And what we were even talking about with him too is USDA is a rural loan. Rural, sorry.
That's a tough word.
I'm country rural. As hell too. So that's a hard word for me to say, rural. So it's a rural loan. Oh my gosh, that's going to have me tripping up all this. But it's 0% down. And a lot of your closing costs you can get paid by the seller. Mm-hmm. And so you're literally in it at no money, $400,000, $500,000 loan. And a lot of the houses will qualify.
Right.
They can even be in Nashville and they might qualify.
That's what he said yesterday, that mostly Tennessee, because we are rural, that they almost qualify everywhere. Yeah. So that's amazing. Now in other states, probably not. I don't think California, maybe in some areas, but or Florida. But Tennessee here, I mean, there's so many options. Yeah. That's all I'm trying to say is, gosh, if you make under $108,000, you can go 0% down. Yeah. That's incredible.
So if you're one of those people that has good credit but doesn't have a lot of money in the bank, that's a really good option.
Yeah.
But we could go into that all day
Call
long.
Us. We'll give you more info. We'll set you up with
We've kind of jumped all over the board here today.
Well, we just haven't talked to y'all for a while.
I know.
And Maggie and I can just talk. We just don't stop. That's part of it.
We're at 36 minutes and we've just been chatting.
Okay. What else do we want to talk about before we let these people go?
What is your favorite goal for the year?
My favorite goal? I think to watch this baby grow.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped about it. So with Micah coming on and Ricky coming on and you and I being the basically the what do you want to call it?
What do you want to call it?
The power bitches.
Yeah.
I'm excited for just to see what it does.
I am too.
I think it's going to be very positive. I think we've had a lot of people that have already kind of have interest in it. And yeah, I'm pumped to see where the brokerage goes this year. Yeah. And I mean, we have major goals. I mean, I want to open the second one in Murfreesboro and that be our second location. So I want to see this one flourish and just continue to grow. So
yeah, I think that would be great.
I think that'd be right down your alley.
I think so too.
Right in your backyard.
Right. Yeah, literally in my backyard.
What's your favorite goal of the year?
Our number of escrows. I want to hit 25 as a team.
Yeah.
Not including the brokerage. Like I want Micah to do 25 on her own.
She possibly can.
Yeah, she can. She's badass. Love her. But yeah, 25. I think that's a good number to hit. I think we're on track for that.
Yeah.
So
I think we're going to surpass that. But I like that. Yeah. That's your goal. That's a good
goal for the year.
It's going to be a successful year. I hope everybody has a successful year.
It's just March. So
there's
still a long way to go.
Yes, girl.
It's just gone by so fast already. But
the hell? It's my birthday month.
I know. Well, you're right at the end.
I know. But I get to celebrate the whole month of March.
I know. And this girl's going to the beach, so she's going to have a little vacay, sip some margaritas and some sun.
Get some sunshine. Yeah. That's right.
All right. But yeah, we'll do an Instagram, or as Carol wants to say, Facebook Live. Different generations there.
Isn't that what it's called? A Facebook Live?
Yeah, but it's just funny that you use Facebook more and I use Instagram.
I don't use Facebook more.
No?
I just thought lives on Facebook. Do you do Instagram lives too? Oh.
We'll do both.
We'll do both.
You can get double whammy. And we'll make it a post, but we'll show you the office and take you through and all that.
Yeah, we're going to show you. We're hoping the sign's going to go up today. Come visit if you want to come visit. We'll link the address. Will be on our on our page. Nothing's changed besides just called the Bajetti Partners now.
Yeah.
So you still find us on all of the Instagram, Facebook, and obviously our podcast information. So,
all right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. We have some really exciting guests coming. So
we have some great stuff coming.
I'm really excited about it. All right.
All right. Take care.
Bye.